All right, hello and welcome to a session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. If you have a broomstick or a PVC, we're just going to use that for a portion of the warm-up. If not, no big deal. If you have those long bands, that will work as well. All right, let's go ahead and come on up to our feet. All right, we're going to start with our spinal cord breathing. You're going to bring your feet just underneath the hips, toes straight ahead. Go ahead and bring your forearms and your palms together in front of the chest. You're going to pull your arms down against the chest, pull your belly button in, tuck your chin down to the chest. Now go ahead and just lightly exhale. And as you inhale, open everything up. So lift through the chest, open the arms, look up towards the ceiling or sky, pull those elbows back and down. Pause the top of your inhale. And then as you exhale, curl back under. Pulling everything in, pulling the elbows in, shoulders down the rib cage. And as you breathe in, opening back up. Opening gently, lifting to the sky, still holding some tension in the midline so you don't overarch the low back. Exhale, round forward, tucking those hips under, pulling the pelvis in. Inhale, open. Good, a couple more cycles on your own. Good job. Last one. Finish that exhale, pull everything in, and then simply just relax the arms down to the sides. Fantastic. When you're finished with that, go ahead and walk the feet a little bit wider. We're going to bring the arms up to overhead, looking to interlace the fingers. Stretching up nice and tall out of the hips. We're going to start by just gently rotating the body to one side, back to center, and then take it to the opposite side. Again, slight bend in those knees, nice and strong through the legs, not forcing anything, just gently starting to open up through that torso. After rotating a couple times side to side, let's take that into a side bend. You can take your right hand, grab the left wrist, and gently pull it across to your right side. Nice deep breath to where you feel that tension. Back to center, same thing, other direction. Grab that wrist and gently pulling across, lengthening through that side body. Breathe. And up. One more time each side. Root down into those legs. See if you can just gently go a little bit farther this time. Fantastic. Back to center. Last time, second side. Very good. Come on down from that once you finish. Shake out those arms, and if you have that PVC or broomstick around, let's go ahead and grab that. You can take a nice wide grip, still feet having about the hip width apart distance, and then midline strong. You're going to have arms nice and long, reach out in front of the body. Look to pulling the bar back behind, just to look to open the chest here, all the way down in front. Up and behind, we want to avoid that arched back position. So ribs down, engaging the midline and glutes. Just try to open through those shoulders. See how far you can take it back without forcing anything and just inviting everything to open up. Some of you may have that flexibility. You can take it all the way down behind, fantastic. But again, keep the elbows straight and no forcing. As you desire, you can start to walk the hands in just a little bit closer grip, and then pulling it back from there. You're not going to go as far, but it just will help to add into that stretch. So a couple more times, reaching back, down in front, driving back. Very good. From here, if your hands are narrower, widen them back out, and we're going to bring that bar or band down right behind the head. Chin in, standing nice and firm, and just going to go a few behind the neck presses here. Starting wide, and same idea. If you feel like you can do that with ease, then you can slide the hands in slightly closer to the shoulders. And really key here, chin in. If you feel like you have to push your head forward to push that post behind the head, bring it down in front. So you want to look to open the shoulders, keep that neck nice and neutral, ideally activating the front of the neck, so pulling that chin in nice and strong. 1 to 2 more here. Starting to feel a little bit of that shoulder burn. Even with that, just empty weights. Push up, and when you're done, go ahead and bring it down, shake it out. All right, nice work. We're going to go into some wrist rolls next. You can set down those bands or PVCs. And let's practice a little balance at the same time. So set one foot down, lift everything up, balancing on one foot, and we're going to roll the wrist around. Keeping the hips nice and level. That'll go about 10 times or so one direction. Very nice. Then we're going to set that foot down. Same thing, other side. Lift everything up, shoulders back and down. Lifting that opposite foot up. And then now let's roll the wrist forward. Or the opposite of whatever you're just doing. Very good. Smile if you feel awkward. Shake them out. And set that foot down. Very good. We're going to make our way down to the floor. We're going to do some sumo inchworms. So nice wide base stance. Bend down into your legs, reaching out, walking the hands out. Nice and strong in the plank. And then you're going to walk your feet towards the hands. Hips nice and high. Bend through the legs as you need. We're going to stand up in between, stretching up to overhead. You can gently look up for the ceiling or the sky, engaging those glutes. And then we're going to make our way back down. You can either crawl forward again, or if you're in a little bit more confined space, step the feet back. And now push the hands back towards the feet. Very good. Reaching up to overhead. Just kind of see where your body wants to stretch out a little bit more. Maybe it's a side bend. Maybe you want to look up towards the sky again. 1 to 2 more. Walking it out. Nice and firm. Walking the feet in. Bend into those legs as needed. Coming up. Engage. Look up. Very good. Last one. Fantastic. When you finish this last one, go ahead and meet me down on the floor. We're coming down to all fours, so knees down on the ground, and we're going to stretch the wrists a little bit more from the floor here. So we're going to go palms down, fingers point in towards your body best you can. And now we're just going to simply lean back and then rock side to side. Just get a nice stretch through the forearms. When those forearms get stiff, it changes up how our wrists can function. Usually we have less extension through the wrist, which means that when we go to hold in like a push-up or a plank position, it causes quite a bit of tension. So after you finish that stretch, come on up, shake it out. All right, from here, we're going to place those hands, nice wide handprint, place the hands underneath the shoulders. Turn the toes under. We're going to go into down dog here. Hips nice and high. Lift up out of your shoulders as you gently pulse the head between the arms. Lengthening through the back of the legs, gently opening through that mid-back. And then when you're ready, go ahead and give a nice stretch in the back of the calves, walking out one heel and then the other, side to side. Nice smooth breathing. Very good. We're going to go into some hip circles next in a plank position. Let's start with your right leg. Nice big step forward. See how close you can get that right foot to your right hand. And then if you can, get that heel down so the shin is vertical. Holding that plank position best as able. You're going to go into some, call them like some hip circles. I'm going to show on this side. So you're rotating through. Yeah, there you go. 2 to 3 times one direction. And then when you're ready, same thing other way. Just circle around the other direction. Very good. From there, let's push back into down dog. Opening through the mid-back once again. Walking out those heels a second time. And then when you're ready, we'll do the same thing other side. So your left leg this time, you'll take that nice big step forward. Looking to get that heel down, shin vertical. And then when you're ready, hip rotations. And if you can't get that foot and knee in a good position, you're just maybe open up through the inner thigh. Make sure that rotation feels good for your body. When you're ready, rotate the other direction. Fantastic. All right, from there, step it back. Last time into down dog. And then we're going to gradually make your way up. Walk your feet in, walk your hands in. Come on up to standing. Let's grab a little bit of water. All right, we're going to be headed back down to the floor soon, but I want to do a couple more stretches from standing. I'm going to show an alternative to the overhead press we're going to do on the floor. So first, let's go behind the back stretch. Wide base stance. Bring those arms behind you. Hold a towel as needed. Extend those elbows, keeping the ribs tucked down. From here, we're going to root down into those legs. Send the hips back, forward fold. And bring that attention back to the breath. So breathing, nice deep breaths into the back of the rib cage. Try to expand your ribs on that inhale. And on the exhale, allow the torso to come a little bit closer to the ground, holding strong through those legs. When you're ready, root down into your legs, come on back up. Very nice. Get your bearings. A little side step, arm swing. Fantastic. All right, so from here, we're gonna go over an overhead press from a stagger stance. This will be the alternative to what we're gonna do on the floor. And also it'll serve as a warm up for those of us that are gonna come down and work on the floor with the Turkish Sit Up. So let's go ahead, grab a moderately light weight, and we're gonna go in a stagger stance. So you're gonna take your right foot forward, left foot back, and you're gonna hold the weight in your left hand. From here, everything nice and strong. We're just gonna about 5 to 8 reps here. Elevate through the shoulder, pushing nice and high, elbow comes forward. Good. Drive up nice and smooth. So again, this is what it looks like from the side. Both feet nice and firmly planted. Front foot far enough forward. We don't want to have this position. So that shin of the front foot should be vertical, heels planted. Good job. 1 or 2 more. And let's go ahead and switch. Same thing, other side. So left foot forward, step your right foot back. Feel free if you want to hold the hand on the hip to help stabilize. And then between 5 and 8 on this side. Again, just serving as that warm up. Very good. We've done the Turkish Sit Up a few times in our sessions. So when we make our way down to the floor, we're going to go ahead and just be starting the first session. If you're not familiar with it, watch the first round and then join us on sets 2 or 3. Very good. Once you finish those overhead presses, go ahead and shake it out. As we make our way down, those of you that might choose to stay standing, we're going to be going 45 seconds. Don't feel like you have to press the whole time. Choose your number of reps, shake it out if you don't want to go that whole 45. All right. Otherwise, make your way on down to the floor for the Turkish Sit Up. We're going to start with the weight on your left side of your body. We're going to be working for 45 seconds with each movement. If you're not familiar, haven't done this before, just don't hold a weight. Just hold your fist up in the air as if you're holding a weight. Otherwise, going to roll over, use both hands. Pretend this is a really heavy weight. Bring it across. If you have that weight in your left hand, you're going to bend your left foot, bringing the heel up towards the glute. Your right hand is going to be about a 30-degree or so out from the side. Watch that weight the whole time. And 2, 1, here we go. Pushing up, roll across to the elbow, come all the way up to the palm. From here, we're going to roll it back to the elbow, all the way back to the shoulder, keeping your eye on that weight. And that's our pattern. So drive through the heel, rolling across, lift, spread from hand to hand, elbow all the way back down. Very nice. Find that rhythm. Really spreading at the top from hand to hand. Pushing through. So it's a little bit different than a traditional sit-up. I think about rolling up, driving through that heel of the bent leg, rolling to the elbow, and then pushing up from there. Very good. Right, about 10 seconds left. 1 to 2 more. And 2, 1. Rest and rotate. We're simply going to switch sides. So bring that weight down to your chest. Straighten out your left leg. Bend your right leg. Bring that weight back up to overhead. And 2, 1. Here we go. Push high. Drive through that heel. Roll across. Up to the palm. Looking to watch that weight the whole time. Elbow all the way back. And there's a tendency for people to take their hand and reach back behind. You want that hand to be straight out from the hip, almost a straight line from the heel through the hip to the opposite hand. Elbow and lift, back and down. Good. Very nice. About 10 more seconds. Rolling across, push, and down. If you were ever to lose it forward, rather than trying to save it, so maybe it's out in front of me, just guide it down to the floor. All right, go ahead and rest. Set that weight down. If anyone was doing that standing, go ahead and come on down to the floor. We're doing our leg lowering abs or tuck-ups next. So on your back, we're going to start with the tuck-ups. Feet flat, knees bent. Lift the legs, lift the pelvis. And now as you lower your feet back to the ground, you're really making a focused effort to keep that low back engaged and pushing into the floor. If your back starts to arch, don't go quite as far. Lift the legs up before you get to that arch position. So I like to imagine if I had a whoopee cushion and I could put that whoopee cushion underneath my low back and it had some air in it, you'd want to be pushing the air out of that cushion as you move. Very good. 15 more seconds. Taking your time on these. Focus, control as you lower. Very good. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Fantastic. Rolling on over to all fours. We're doing our mid-back rotations next. Nice wide handprint. Let's go left hand behind the head. You're going to bring your elbow towards the opposite elbow, lifting up, peering up towards the ceiling. We'll go about 5 each side. This is the end of set 1, and then we're going to take it back for that Turkish sit-up. And again, just depending upon your awareness with that movement, stay really light until you feel confident that you can go heavier. Switch arms when you're ready. Same thing, other arm. Hand behind the head, elbow to elbow, lifting up as you rotate, peering over the shoulder. Breathe in as you close, and then exhale on that opening. Very good. Maybe one more. Fantastic. All right, if you want to grab a little drink of water, we've got about 30 seconds, and then we'll be going into set 2 of 3, starting with that Turkish sit-up. All right. 10 seconds. So we're going to start with it on the ground on your left side. You'll lie down, roll over, and we're going to use both hands to bring it up and over. Reaching up, bend that same side leg. So bend your left knee, foot as close to the hip as you can, right hand out about 30 degrees, pushing up, and 2, 1, here we go. Drive to the heel, rolling across, lift from hand to hand. And those of you that are more experienced, if you want to add that glute bridge, if you want to come all the way up into that high hip bridge, feel free. Just make sure that you're ready for that. Lifting shoulder to shoulder, fantastic. Nice. Keeping your eye on that weight. Good activation through your upper body the whole time. That's 30 seconds in. Back and down, up and forward, lifting, separate from arm to arm. Maybe one more. 2, 1, rest and rotate. Good job. Bringing it down to the chest. Same thing, other side. So now you have your right arm. You're going to bend your right knee, foot flat, extend the left. Left hand about 30 degrees out from the body. And 2, 1, when you're ready. Drive through that heel, rolling across and lift. Can't really find a good angle to demonstrate. Kind of rolling around here, shifting around. So we want to have a nice long line from hand to hand. Remember to keep an eye that you don't start sliding your hand back. You want that straight line from your right foot through your hip to your left hand. Good work. That's 30 seconds. Stay strong. Nice. Very good. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Come down with control. Taking it onto our back. You can stick with those supine tuck-ups, we call them, or if you want to progress it, we're going to go leg lowering abs this time. Same concept, but now straight legs, straight up in the air, nice and controlled. Whenever you're ready, I'm slowly lowering the legs. Before I feel like my low back's going to start to arch, I pull them back up. Slowly lower, chin in, looking straight up towards the ceiling. Again, contracting that lower abdomen, pulling them back up before you arch. Over time, you might be able to get your feet all the way down to the floor, but don't rush it. It's a benefit to our body as long as we do it properly, but if you do it wrong, it can put a little strain in that low back, so be smart about it. Helps hold those hip flexors in a good, strong posture. Very good. Maybe one more. And rest and rotate. Onto your bellies. Instead of the rotations this round, we're just going to place the hands right underneath the shoulders, pull the chin in, engage the glutes, and just gently lengthen through the spine as you lift up for a little cobra, looking up towards the ceiling, taking it back down, squeeze the shoulder blades back and down, looking up. Very good. A couple more. Just opening the front of the body, again, lengthening through that low back. Good. Maybe one more. Beautiful. From there, let's gently shift the hips back, come into child's position. And then feel free to walk it out. We're going to take about another 30 seconds, and then we'll be coming into our third and final round of these Turkish sit-ups, or if you're doing that stagger stance overhead press, that's always an option as well. I had the wrong foot back as I demoed that. All right, great work. 15 seconds. Starting with the weight on your left side, left foot bent. 2, 1, and here we go. Driving through that heel, rolling across. Option of that glute bridge. Good, keep your eye on the weight. Breathe. Continually pushing up through that shoulder. Nice, smooth breathing. That's 30 seconds. We're going to go another 15. Very nice. Watching that weight. Last one. Finish that rep and rest and rotate. Bring it down to the chest. Switching the legs. Bend the opposite leg. Pulling that right heel as close to the glute as you can. Extend that right arm. Left arm. About 30 degrees from the body, and begin when you're ready. Driving through the heel, lift, option of that glute bridge. Keep your eye on the weight. If you're doing that glute bridge, you gotta have that nice wide handprint, keeping that shoulder in a strong position throughout. So lifting through the chest as you open through those hips. Definitely requires a little bit more shoulder and mid-back mobility. 1 to 2 more. And 3, 2, 1. Rest and rotate. Beautiful. Final set, leg lowering abs or the tuck ups. Set that weight down. Readjust your shoulders underneath your body, arms out to the side. 2, 1, here we go. Just allow the head to relax back as you do this. And remember, we got that whoopee cushion underneath that low back. Pulling that lower abdomen in, bracing that abdomen. Breathe. Try not to hold your breath as you do this. You want to practice bracing that lower abdomen, engaging the pelvic floor. Holding that strong mechanics, that low back. Keeping it nice and tight. That's 30 seconds. We're almost there. Remember, we're looking to lift the legs up prior to losing that tension in that lower back. We don't want it to be lifting up. No arching. Squeeze everything tight and rest and rotate. Beautiful. Back to all fours. We're going to finish what we did with set 1 with that mid-back rotations. So you can either stay up on the hands, or if you want to go a little bit deeper into the twist, take it down to the forearm. From here, hand behind the head. Same idea, elbow to elbow. Exhale as you rotate. Let's get about 5 quality reps on each side. Pausing in that open position. Peer up towards the ceiling with your eyes following your elbow. Breathe in to close. Exhale to open. 1 to 2 more. It's like you're wringing out your torso like a towel. Keep that rotational movement through that mid-back. And release. Same thing, other side. Either up on the palm, down on the forearm. Elbow to elbow, lift up, rotate, peer up. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. All right, well done. When you finish those, go ahead and make your way up to your feet. We're gonna have a fairly short transition here into our next circuit. Ideally, you wanna have two sides of weights. We're gonna be doing a single arm bent over row. That should be like a moderate weight. And then we're gonna be doing a tricep kickback, tricep extension. For that, you wanna have a relatively light weight. You can also use like a soup can, a light water bottle. You know, just be smart. But better to be too light than too heavy with these. All right. So as you come on up, let's give a little bit of a stretch to the upper body and the hips, and then we'll move into this next circuit. So take your right foot, step it back in that stagger stance. Reach the right arm up, ribs down, fire this glute of that back leg, and then bend the elbow, lengthen through the head and neck, grab that elbow. You can hold it here, focusing on your posture to stay tall, or take it to that side bend, gently bending to the side. Breathe in to lengthen, gently shift that hip forward, and again, taking it to the side as you feel. 3 to 5, or hold and breathe. So I breathe in as I stand tall, and I exhale as I gently come into that side bend. Breathe in and breathe out. Fantastic. Shaking it out. Same thing, other direction. Left foot back, lifting up out of those hips, reach that arm up. Shift that hip forward, squeezing that glute to that trail leg. Lengthen through your neck as you grab that elbow. Breathe in as you stand up tall out of those hips, and then taking it over to the side. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. One more. Fantastic. All right, shaking it out. Go ahead and grab a quick drink. We're going to get ready for this next circuit. We're going to start on your left arm. Like I said, a bent over row. If you don't have a bench to support on, you can stand in a nice long stance and row just like this. Or I'm going to be demoing off the box here for one side and then off the leg for the other. All right, let's go in 10. Feet about hip width apart if you're supporting the hand on the box. Slight bend in those knees, and 2, 1, here we go. Bend over row is first, reaching forward, elbow up and in. Pausing in the top, and like you're want to hold that head neutral. So chin in, looking straight down, either just towards the floor or your support wrist. Good job. Holding the midline nice and strong, elbow high above that torso. Couple more here. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. So we'll set that weight down, stand up for a second, grab your lighter weight, and then we're going to go right back into position. 2, 1, here we go. For the kickback, you're going to come up into that row, and now you're going to hold the arm there as you kick the elbow back, turn the palm to the ceiling. Bend at the elbow, extend, and rotate the palm to the ceiling. You want to be really light here. I'm using 8 pounds. I've even started with 5 in the past, so no straining the tricep. Good. Keep that midline strong. Fantastic. Almost there. Extend, rotate the palm, and bringing it back in. Rest and rotate. Very good. Coming on up to your feet. Standing nice and tall. We're going to go alternating knees to elbows. So arms up to the side, lifting up, and nice and controlled. Elbow towards that opposite knee. Don't worry about speed here. And if you can't quite bring that elbow all the way to the knee, just do the best you can. Lifting up through those hips. Good. Moving with control. Fantastic. 10 more seconds. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Beautiful. Same thing on the right arm. We're going to start with that bent over row first. Left foot forward, right foot back, and begin when you're ready. Shoulder down the spine, elbow comes nice and high. And I like to add a pause in there. So I'll pull it in and hold, and then reach forward, take it into the next. Neutral head position. Once you know what you're doing, turn that head straight down. So you're looking down towards that lead foot or that lead hand. I'll keep an eye on the time. Good. Exhale as you pull it up and in. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Good job. Stand it up for a second and grab that lighter weight. 2, 1, and here we go. So remember, we go into that row, and you're going to extend the elbow, turn the palm up. Keep that upper arm parallel to the torso the whole time. Very nice. Kick it back, turn the palm. If you feel like maybe it's a little bit heavy, then just do the kick back. Don't worry about turning that palm up, or drop down in your weight. Good, almost there. Still keeping that head neutral. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Coming back up to your feet. Clear your space. We're gonna go lateral step over, shoulders back and down. And whenever you're ready, we got our imaginary hurdle. Knee up, foot up, stepping to the side. If you don't quite feel ready to hurdle anything, you can do a side step here as well. If you want something a little bit more dynamic, you're welcome to do a little bit of a lateral hop. Otherwise, knee up, foot up, open through those hips. Good job. Keep those shoulders down out of the ears. 10 more seconds. And we're keeping all these transitions pretty quick. So we're going to go right in to our second round, rest and rotate. Good job. So we're going to go in 10 seconds here, starting with that bent over row on the left. So we're back to the top of the second set. Make any changes you need for weights. Otherwise, going in 5 seconds. Left arm, midline nice and strong, slight bend in those knees, bend over row first. Elbow nice and high, reaching down, pulling through. Good. Breathe in to reach, exhale on that row, nice and strong. Building those postural muscles, keeping that shoulder blade set back on the rib cage so you don't have those rounded shoulders. Help you to stand taller and help you avoid pain in your upper body and shoulders as well. 2, 1, rest and rotate. Dropping down in weight for those tricep kickbacks. 2, 1, here we go, elbow up. Keeping that upper arm parallel to the torso. Kick it back. If you want to add that rotation, you rotate the palm to the ceiling. Fires up that horseshoe of that tricep. That upper arm has that horseshoe shape to it. Good job. Head holding nice and neutral, keeping the shoulder blade down the spine. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Coming up to our feet, alternating knee to elbow. Shoulders back and down, arms out to the side, lifting up through your midline, and when you're ready, nice and controlled, elbow towards the opposite knee. Good. So I like to breathe in as I open, exhale as I bring that knee towards the elbow. Setting your balance each time, lifting up through the midline throughout, so you hold those hips nice and level. I also focus on gripping my toes down. This helps give a nice support through my lower body. And 2, 1, rest. Good job. Switching sides, right arm, bent over row. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Second half of set 2. Reaching forward, up and in. Good job, breathe. Feel free if you want to add that pause, especially if you have, maybe you're like in between weights where you're using a weight that feels like it's a moderate effort, but maybe you could go a little bit heavier. You wish you had a heavier weight. Add pauses into your exercises, and that will make that lighter weight feel a little bit more challenging. Good, rest and rotate. Stand it up real quick, shake it out, and then right back down, tricep extensions or kickbacks. Here we go, kick it back, turn that palm up. Head neutral. Fantastic. Back, open, and in. Nice and controlled. Good work. Yep, keeping that arm up. There you go. And last one, 2, 1, rotate. Beautiful. Lateral step overs, lateral hops, or side step. Standing tall. And here we go. Nice. Continue to lift up through the hips. Standing tall through the chest. Again, if you want a little bit more breathing work here, you can do lateral jumps. You can do lateral hurdle hops if you're comfortable for that. I've had a lot of jumping this week, so I'm just gonna stick here with this step over. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Good job. Grab a quick drink, and then we're gonna finish it out with one more cycle there. And we've got a quick finisher at the end. I guess it's not that quick. We got a full hour here today. All right, back to that single arm row. Going in 10 seconds. Left arm. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Breathe. Head neutral. Really emphasizing shoulder down the spine, and imagine that shoulder blade. It's kind of like a triangle shape. It sits on the back of the rib cage. You want to pull that triangle in tight towards your spine. So think about trying to push it in, setting it back on that rib cage. Good. 2, 1, and rotate. Grabbing that lighter weight. Tricep extensions. 2, 1, and begin. Upper arm up, kicking it back. Option to rotate that palm up towards the ceiling. Very nice. Halfway through. Yep, we're just bending at the elbow. You shouldn't have really any movement through the shoulder. That shoulder is held stationary as you move. And rest and rotate. Very good. Standing up, alternating knee to elbow. Arms out to the side, shoulders down. Lifting up. Begin when you're ready. Good job. Standing tall. Right elbow to the left knee to the right elbow, or as close as you can come. Remember, if you feel awkward, smile. It's a sign of growth. Maybe a sign of having some fun, trying something new. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Beautiful. 10 seconds. Finishing up that second side. Right arm. 2, 1, single arm row first. Elbow high. Reaching forward. Very nice. Get that full range in the bottom too. Let that arm fully extend. You can gently allow that shoulder to reach forward and then retracting it back and in or up and in, however you want to think about it. Looking to bring that weight in your hand all the way up to the torso. So pulling it as high as you can on your body. Good. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Stand it up for a moment, shake it out, and grab that lighter weight. Ready, begin. Upper arms held parallel. We're simply moving at that elbow and then rotating through the wrist. Good. Yep. A little awkward with the kettlebell there, but you're doing great. Very nice. Breathe. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Beautiful job. Up to your feet. Find a little bit here on this circuit, step overs or lateral hops. Whew. Nice. And you can hold arms out the whole time or rest them down, whatever feels good. Knees up, feet up. Awesome. Good job. 10 seconds. Relax those arms, shoulders down out of the ears. I can find myself wanting to bring them up, down, and back. 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Quick breather. Grab the water. All right, next round. These are some fast intervals. We're working for 20, transitioning for 10. We're going to start with an overhead movement, dipping and driving. We call it a push press. Little dip, little drive up to overhead. We're going to work 20 seconds on one side. Take 10 seconds to rest. And then, as you might imagine, we're going to go 20 seconds on the other side. From there, we're going to make our way down to the floor. 20 seconds of sit-ups. Rolling it over. 20 seconds of burpees. Back on our back. 20 seconds of sit-ups. That's the end of set 1. We come back to our feet. Now, go ahead if you're on your feet with me. Let's just warm up some squats. And you don't have to squat today, especially if you were in class with me yesterday. If you've been following these workouts in sequence, we did a lot of squatting yesterday. So I will not be squatting. Kind of using this just as a little bit of a primer for my body. Stretching it out. It's good for you to keep your body moving into some squats. If you haven't done squats this week and you'd like, instead of a push press, you're welcome to do what we would call a thruster, where you would squat all the way down, drive up to overhead. All right, so just an option. Make sure you're warmed up and ready to go for that. Otherwise, we're going to start in 15 seconds in the left arm with that push press. So this moves fast. Do the best you can. Getting on and off the ground is going to be part of the challenge. If you want to have a mat around, have it there. Otherwise, 2, 1, here we go. As you dip, sit back into those heels, knees out, keeping that chest tall. Good, breathe. There you go, 2, 1, and rest and rotate. This is the easiest transition. Just gonna shake it out in between arms. And 3, 2, 1, same thing other side. Dip and drive. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out as you push up. Good. Sitting back in those heels, the little quarter squat there. Knees drive out. 2, 1, and rest and rotate. Taking it down to the floor for sit-ups. So on the sit-ups, you're going to lie all the way back, head touches, and go. As you sit up, drive the arms, sit tall up out of your sit bones. Trying to touch your hands to your feet. So focus on good posture there. Sit tall instead of being hunched forward. Shoulder blades back and down. Letting the head touch down in between reps. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Just have to roll it over onto our stomachs. Let's go no push-up burpee unless you want to do that full push-up. 2, 1, here we go. First round, just step up. Reach up to overhead, down and up. Squeeze those glutes as you come to standing. Strong plank position in the back. Maybe one more. Then we're going back down for sit-ups. 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. This is our last exercise of set 1. Arms reach overhead. 2, 1. Here we go. Sitting tall. Second set of sit-ups. Pull that belly button into your spine and try to roll back like one segment at a time. Similar posture to when we were doing those leg lowering abs earlier. You kind of round, engage that lower spine, support that back. 2, 1, rest and rotate. Good job. We're gonna take 30 seconds. We back to the top of round 2. Grab some water, make any changes with your weights as you desire. Like I said, half the challenge here is getting those transitions on and off the ground. 20 seconds. We're going to be in the left arm to start. That push press or thruster if you're doing the full squats today. Toes pointing straight ahead, eyes up. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Little quarter squat, chest tall, knees drive wide. Good. Breathe in as you dip. Exhale as you drive. Dip in that quarter squat. Keeping everything nice and square, even with the weight on one side of the body. And rest and rotate. Good job. Set it down, shake out the arms. Nice deep breath, and here we go back to it. And begin. Good job. Keeping those ribs down, no sway back. Pushing that weight straight up to overhead. Very nice. And 2, 1, rest and rotate it. Taking it down to the floor, sit-ups. First set of sit-ups on set 2. Laying back, arms overhead, begin when you're ready. Sit tall. If you want to move a little bit faster, you pull yourself up, sitting up out of your hips, and think about pushing yourself back. Pulling that belly button in. Breathe. And rotate, rolling over onto your belly, burpees. You can continue to step, or if you want to hop, I'll do the full push-up this round. 2, 1, here we go. Do what's best for your body. If you are hopping up, hips high, engage those glutes, midline strong. Good. If you're doing that full push-up, try to stay tight so you don't peel. You don't want to arch to the back. Rest and rotate. Back down for sit-ups. Woo! Good job. This is the end of set 2. And 2, 1, here we go. Sitting up out of the hips. Shoulders back and down. Fantastic. Trying to touch the hands of the feet. Head touches in the bottom. 2, 1, rest. Good job. 40 seconds. We'll be back for set 3. Woo! Halfway there, everybody. We're doing 2 more sets. Good work. I don't know what you're saying, Sharon. Feel free to come off mute, or you're just thumbs up. All right, great job. Glad you're enjoying yourself. 10 seconds till we start.
I'm detoxing.
Okay, fantastic. All right, left arm, and 2, 1, here we go. Just having some nice sunny weather in Georgia today. We're expecting snow here in Colorado, which I'm hoping for. Want to see one more snowfall this year. We really haven't had much. Dip into those heels, push high to overhead. 2, 1, rest and rotate. Good job. In between arms. It's kind of one of my favorite parts of this class. You have someone from Ohio, someone from Arizona, experiencing totally different weather. Right arm, and go. It's fun to watch people chat after class and say, wait, what's going on in your world? You live in the same country as me? America's got a lot of diversity. So much to see in our country. One more, stay tight, drive high. Taking it down for sit-ups. First set of set 3. Head touches back, arms reach up. Begin when you're ready, sitting tall. How do you want your posture to look in 5 years, 10 years? Hopefully maybe even more, 20 more years. We don't want to be hunched forward. We want to train our bodies to be strong. Stand tall. Give our bodies a good chance. Helps our organs and everything else. Rest and rotate. Burpees. Taking it over. Nice wide handprint. Good support. 2, 1. Here we go. Full push-up only if you'd like. Make sure it makes sense for your body. Stepping or hopping. If you're stepping, try to alternate your legs. Left leg steps up 1 rep. Right leg steps up the next. 2, 1. Back down for sit-ups. Woo! All right, end of set 3. Coming up in 2, 1. Begin. Continue to breathe. Just focus on yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. Encourage yourself 1 rep at a time. And rest and rotate. Beautiful. All right. We're going to take it through 1 final round. We're going in 30 seconds. If you want to grab another drink of water. Great session here today, everybody. Thanks for hanging in. All right, 20 seconds till we go. Starting back in your left arm. Good focus here. Let's finish strong now, everybody. 3, 2, 1, push press. Dip it down, drive it up. Exhale as you push high. Good, be proud of the work you've done here today. Finishing strong. Keeping that midline engaged. Keeping those ribs tucked down as you push that shoulder high to overhead. Woo, great work on those thrusters. Good. Rest and rotate. Beautiful squats. Opposite arm, 2, 1, and begin. Eyes up, chest up. Sitting back into those heels. Good. Breathe. Breathe in as I dip. Exhale as I push. And rest and rotate. Sit-ups. Woo-woo. Taking it down. Laying it back and go when you get there. Still pulling that belly button in as I sit tall. Really emphasizing how tall can I sit up out of my sit bone at the top. Have my shoulders over my hips, chin tucked in. We want to avoid this forward head posture. So it's just sitting tall and rotating to the burpees. Last set of burpees. Either the plank portion or from the floor. Go. Step or hop. Midline tight. Breathe. Very good, everybody. We're almost there. Maybe one more. And down for sit-ups. Woo. All right, final little push. And you don't really even have to push. Just breathe and move and begin. Shoulders back and down. Fantastic. Reach those arms up. Pull yourself tall. Good. Maybe one more. And rest. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and just keep it down on the floor for a second. Let's stretch out from here. Let's go ahead and take a nice deep breath. Pull your left knee towards your chest. Extend that right thigh down towards the floor. Now we're trying to open through the inner thigh and groin area here. So I'm pulling that knee towards the opposite shoulder. Let's give some love to the ankles. Go ahead and roll that left ankle around. All the while, focus on your breathing. Roll the ankle the other way. And switch. Extend that leg out. Pull the other one in. Roll that guy around. 3 to 5 one way. 3 to 5 the other. Wonderful work today. From here, go ahead and bring the arms out to the side. Bring the knees up and together. 2 knee twist. Bringing both legs to one side. Look over that opposite shoulder. A little release in my back there. That felt wonderful. Bringing them up and across. Same thing other side. Turn the head the other direction. Very good. Once or twice more to each side as you feel. Fantastic. From here, we're going to go into a short bridge pose. So knees bent, feet flat, set the shoulder blades back and down. You're going to drive your hips up gently and best as able. See if you can interlace those hands behind you, working those shoulder blades back and down, and then work your chin in towards your chest. Good. We're going to hold about 20 more seconds here. Pushing through my heels, lengthening through that low back as I lift my hips and chest towards the sky. Pulling that chin in, lengthening the back of the neck as I do so, and just close the eyes and breathe. Let's go 2 more breaths here. When you're ready, release those arms and gradually lower yourself back down to the floor. 1 segment at a time. Wow, wonderful. Go ahead and hug both knees into the chest. And then as you're ready, gradually roll over to one side. We're going to just finish with a little love for the upper body in child's position. So down on all fours, you're going to bring your toes together, walk the knees out, walk those arms out in front, and then just gently rock those hips back. Lowering the head down between the arms. Nice deep breaths in the back of the rib cage. Good job. From here, go ahead and come back up to all fours. You're going to take your left arm, turn the palm up towards the ceiling, and gradually slide that left arm underneath the right, coming in to thread the needle. And, check in with your body. Make sure that this twist feels appropriate for you. If it's a little bit too much, you can put a block or a pillow underneath your downside shoulder to not go so far into the twist. A couple more breaths. And when you're ready, same thing, opposite side. Go ahead and come on up. You take your left hand this time, palm up underneath that right shoulder. Gently lowering that shoulder down towards the floor. And breathe. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for taking the time for your body today. I know we had a short cool down stretch there, so feel free, anything else your body is asking for, those side bend tricep stretches, behind the back stretches, anything else to kind of give your body and shoulders a little love. Otherwise, thanks so much for taking care of yourself. Drink plenty of water. We'll see you next time.